Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm Rob Cesternino, and I have a podcast talking about Survivor, but you're busy, and that's why I'm giving you this. This is the least you need to know about episode 4 of Survivor Blood vs. Water. Okay, or should we say, oh Caleb, because it was Caleb that made the power move that got Brad Culpepper out of the game. Really exciting stuff to watch, amazing episode of Survivor. But the question that we have is, was this the best long-term move for Caleb to make in the game? Now, it was certainly excited, and it gets rid of Brad Culpepper. But was Brad Culpepper coming after Caleb this week? And I think the answer is no. I think we can be pretty confident that Brad was targeting Sierra. So by taking Brad Culpepper out of the tribe, there's a lot of different ways that this thing could go, but probably none of them are really great for this group because they were losing challenges with Brad Culpepper. They will probably continue to lose challenges without Brad Culpepper. So the question I have will be, how much damage control does Caleb need to do to patch things up with Hayden and Vetus, who were on the other end of that vote? Or does Caleb not even care about that? Is he going to throw his lot in with the two women on the tribe? Or the other thing that could happen is, do the two women end up going with Hayden and Vetus and voting out Caleb at the next tribal council? I think Brad Culpepper was going to be a big target after the merge, and he's somebody that you really could have hid behind and who could have been a big distraction for at least a little while once the tribes merge. So I think this move was really great theater, but I think it was probably premature for Caleb to make. I loved watching it, but it's probably not a move that I would have made. The other crazy thing that happened on the episode last night is that the clue to the hidden immunity idol has become a poison pill that you want to give away like it was a ricin capsule and not the clue to something that could help you in the game. After John got voted out, now nobody wants the hidden immunity idol clue. So as a way to say F you to Brad Culpepper, figuratively, as she had already said it literally, Candace decides to give it to Monica Culpepper, and Monica Culpepper gets the instructions from Brad: throw it in the fire, which is really an interesting thing. I said, hey, why doesn't she go back and share it with the group? But I think that probably creates more problems for her because then you have to expose who's in the group and who's not in the group. But the question is going to be, will every single person the rest of the way throw that immunity clue into the fire? Because if you don't, if you do say, hey, great, thank you very much for that, I'd like to go look for the idol, are you just putting the hugest target on your back now? So it remains to be seen whether or not everybody will have to follow suit or risk the ire of the tribe. Well, it was fun while it lasted. The Brad Culpepper era of Survivor, while not technically over, he still gets to go to Redemption Island and try to win his way back into the game. And yes, he could switch with Monica, which I don't think is going to happen. We can start to at least write in pencil the eulogy for Brad Culpepper's Survivor playing career. I think ultimately Brad Culpepper had some sound Survivor fundamentals, but he just went way too hard, too fast, which you never want to do. You don't want to come in and just be seen as the ultimate dominator, the king of the tribe. You really want to make it feel much more like a coalition and like other people's ideas are welcome. And he did a really bad job with that. And he was such a lightning rod. And the whole Redemption Island, where everybody gets to say whatever they want, the whole town hall forum ended up being a really bad thing for him, and ultimately was such a polarizing lightning rod figure that he just could not keep this up for more than 12 days in the game. So if this mini Survivor recap whet your appetite for our other podcasts, you could check out first, we have Survivor Know-It-Alls. And you know, anytime there's a big strategic move that happens like on this episode, you're going to want to check out Survivor Know-It-Alls because Stephen Fishback and I will break down every single conceivable angle from anything that happens like this. And we had a lot to say about what Caleb did last night. Very fun show. And then in our Rob Has a Podcast interview for this week for Survivor, we talked with Abby Maria Gomez. And you know that she is a polarizing figure, much like Brad Culpepper. So she has a lot to say about him and everything that's happening on this season. So that's going to do it for me here. I definitely want to hear from you guys. So let me know what you think about the format and everything that I said here in this video in the comments here. And if you haven't done so, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel and you'll never miss any of our Survivor coverage. So that's going to do it for me here. Have a great week, everybody. And this was the least you need to know about Survivor Blood vs. Water.